Hello, Patrick. So you had asked me to send you a video with a screenshot, not like the one I had sent, which had actually me talking, and you could not see my screen, so you could not know what exactly I was doing. So I think I will very quickly take you through a brief explanation on how we do analysis in Excel regarding various types of analysis. But allow me, because yesterday I had demoed how we do the bit to do with the basic data analysis, but I had not shown you about regression. So basically, regression analysis can be done using, just like other analysis, can be done using Excel, or you can do it using SPSS or even R. The other tools that could be out there, but those are the most common. I would like then to just briefly take you through how you go about doing it in Excel. As you can see in Excel, we have got the menu bar, or what we call the ribbons: home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and view. Of our interest is the data ribbon. So if we access the data ribbon, that's where we get the data analysis tools. Sometimes if you're working with user design formulas or predefined formulas within the system, then you can go to the formulas ribbon. So within the data menu or data ribbon, you should be able to see that we have several tools, and of our interest is the data analysis tool. Now this tool is not obvious in Excel, and therefore people wonder, how do you carry out Excel how do you carry out data analysis of the level of regression in Excel? Basically, you've got to go to file, then you go to options, then you navigate your way through to where we have add-ins, and add this particular tool is analysis tool pack. Of course, the analysis tool pack here, I've added it, that's why it appears in the ones which are active. If you want another one which is inactive, then you can select from here, but because it's active, it's already there. Otherwise, if it were not there, I would have selected it from here, then click on Excel add-ins, go, and on Excel add-ins, I would selected the data analysis tool pack and selected OK. That way I would have installed it. But because I've already installed it for the basic reason that I carry out data analysis once in a while, then we can go ahead and demo how this is done. So once you have that tool, then you have to ask yourself, regression basically it tries to establish the relationship between independent and dependent variables. If you want, you can give a simple example of an equation like y is equals mx plus c, which is linear regression. And in this, then we can we are trying to find y is a dependent variable, then x is a independent variable. Sometimes we have more than one, which in this case then we can demo a situation where we have more than one independent variables and one dependent variable, so that we form an equation of the type, let's say y is equals mx1 plus cx2 and so on and so forth. So we have x1, x2, x3, which are the independent variables, and y is the dependent variable. That's about mathematics. But now to carry out regression in Excel, you've got then to identify which is your dependent variable. In our case, we have age, we have sex, we have level of education, and then we have sales level. So the level of sales, or the number of sales per day, is the dependent variable. It could depend on the age, it could depend on the sex. We want to see what is there dependency: age, sex, or level of education. Does the level of sales per day depend on does it depend really on these variables? So when you look at what we have in this screen, you discover that, for instance, I will try to navigate very fast to where we had data on, I think data on sex was somewhere in A somewhere, or okay, let me see. Oh yes, data on sex, we have data on sex here. So data on sex, we have it in N, column N. In it you discover that this is where we have male, female, and therefore we pick that for regression analysis. Then we can pick the data on P, which is basically age. That's also an independent variable. Then we also pick the level of education, the highest level completed. So those are the three independent variables that I'll be working with. The dependent variable will be the level of sales per day. Now, which happens to be somewhere in, very quickly, in D and E. I'll visit it later. So in this case, what I have done, or what I did, I picked the data on sex, and of course converted it into numerical. Regression analysis works on numerics, not really in Excel. Then I converted it to numerics. So if it is 1 if it is male, it is 0 if it is female. That's just random selection. It could have been 1 for female and 0 for male.